As US dominance runs into BRICS wall, Trump threatens added tariffs. Hey race, what's happening? Is Donald Trump afraid of BRICS? And, if yes, why? The US president has vowed to impose an additional 10% tariff on any nation supporting the anti-American policies of the BRICS bloc. Donald Trump has threatened higher tariffs on BRICS nations that align with the bloc's plans to challenge US hegemony. The BRICS initiative, intended as a counterweight to the G7, has attracted numerous countries eager to join. Trump is intensifying his stance against the BRICS bloc, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. He has warned that their efforts to undermine the US dollar's dominance threaten America's economic supremacy. The BRICS leaders convened in Rio de Janeiro for their annual summit on Sunday, prompting Trump to increase pressure through existing and threatened trade levies. This comes as the Trump administration's 90-day pause on higher tariffs has expired. Letters have been sent to inform dozens of countries about their new US import levy. Trump has expressed his concerns about de-dollarization, stating, "BRICS is not, in my opinion, a serious threat, but what they try to do is to destroy the dollar so that another country can take over and be the standard, and we are not gonna lose the standard. If we lost the world standard dollar, that would be like losing a war, a major world war. We would not be the same country any longer. We're not going to let that happen. The dollar is king, we're going to keep it that way." The BRICS response to Trump's 10% tariff threat has been swift and firm. Brazilian President Lula da Silva called it very mistaken and very irresponsible, stating, "The world has changed. We don't want an emperor. We are sovereign countries." In a joint statement, BRICS leaders, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, voiced serious concerns about the rise of unilateral tariff and non-tariff measures which distort trade and are inconsistent with WTO rules. Although the statement did not directly name the US, it referenced the increasing use of tariffs in global trade. Despite Trump's claims that BRICS is not a serious threat, his perception is influenced by the bloc's ability to undermine the dollar. Trump is targeting BRICS due to the mention of Iran in the BRICS joint declaration, condemning US and Israeli attacks on Iran's civilian infrastructure and peaceful nuclear facilities as a violation of international law. Additionally, the growing influence of BRICS and its followers disturbs the balance of power for the West, particularly the US. The grouping was always meant to counteract the wealthy West, particularly the G7, and now poses a challenge to US dominance by displacing the dollar and developing an alternative payment framework. The increasing influence of BRICS over emerging economies makes it harder for the US and other Western nations to dictate terms in trade deals. BRICS has grown since its establishment as BRIC in 2009, with Brazil, Russia, India, and China as the founders, and South Africa joining in 2010. BRICS members include Egypt, Ethiopia, the United Arab Emirates, and Iran in 2024, and Indonesia in 2025. Another 10 countries, including Thailand, Malaysia, Cuba, Nigeria, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, have partner status, while Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Pakistan, Azerbaijan, and Venezuela seek membership but are not yet part of the group. Swipe left for next video. Questions often arise about the relevance of BRICS, given its mix of democracies like India and Brazil and autocracies like Russia and China, along with countries with vastly different economic statuses. However, BRICS represents the voice of the Global South, not the G7. Trump's tirade of trade tariffs has continued as he again slammed the BRICS grouping, announcing 50 tariffs on copper and 200 on pharmaceuticals. Despite timely trade deals, Trump has limited options for the world, with his tariff war emerging more as a disruptive ideology than a financial strategy. Latest blogs.